Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to yet another agent call review. As I say in every call review, this is something that everyone should have their mentor do for them. No matter whether it's a good call or a bad call, you need to know what you're doing wrong and also what you're doing right so you can continuously do what's right. Remember, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. If you're new here, I'm Ryan Valet, your expert or final expense expert. My goal is to help as many agents as I can understand how to truly make a living selling final expense life insurance, whether you're at your desk in a cubicle or in your underwear at home. Do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you always get notified of all my videos, including the call reviews, and drop some love down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of the call. Let's get this party started, guys.
Hey, this is giving you a quick call about the burial options you were looking into. You wanted to be the beneficiary, yes?
Yes,
Excellent. Okay, now was this for yourself or a loved one?
this is for myself.
All right, well, gosh, how long have you been looking?
About 3 months now. Oh, no,
Oh.
since September.
Oh, since September, okay.
I had a term life policy that expired.
Oh,
And when I
okay.
made 71, and now
Mhm.
it's just been very, very difficult. I'm just trying to help my son, my only son, not having to bear the expense of my burial.
Okay, that would be
Yeah.
okay. All right, we can help you out with that. I mean, let me put it this way. I'm a state licensed agent with Ryco in Nevada. So from my perspective, I don't care which company you go with. I mean, I care about you, right?
Right.
If you've already spoken to somebody and there's a particular policy you want me to get you on, as long as it actually exists in the real world, I will do it for you. So what do you got on the table? And let me pull those records.
I've been denied.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not. Well, God, let's not have that happen. Okay, so you were looking for a day one coverage then. Let me put it this way.
Whatever. I'm looking for any kind of coverage. I'm not sick.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, my physical last year, I'm in perfect health.
And they denied you?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was a former smoker.
Oh, because you were a former. So how long ago did you quit?
About 3 years ago.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna let's get this taken care of, because it's like I'm gonna find out what's going on here, because well, all right. Well, let's start from scratch. Since that doesn't sound like you have anything on file, it looks like whoever was taking care of you before probably, unless there's something that you're not telling me, I don't see why any state licensed agency would have rejected it. So let's start from the top. It's based on age and health. So what's your date of birth so I can verify your age? Okay. All right. Now, Vanessa, I don't need you to go jump on a scale or anything silly like that. But I do need you to tell me approximately how tall are you and approximately how much do you weigh. And you no longer smoke cigarettes, and it's been 3 years, right?
Yes.
All right. Of course, we're in there, right? Okay. Now, remember, it's based on age and health. So approximately how many individual prescription drugs do you take right now?
I take 4.
Okay, you take 4. All right. Well, that's let's go ahead and list them out. Which ones are you taking?
Trazodone.
Okay.
And I think that's what's killing me.
Right. Yeah. That's for people who are a little anxious. All right. Trazodone. All right. What's the next one?
Yeah, and I am anxious.
All right. Well, that's because you're alive in 2024 and 2025. I mean, we are all anxious.
Everybody's anxious.
Yeah, that's big problems there. But okay, so you've got that situation. What is the next drug that we're looking at here?
Amlodipine for high blood pressure, but it's like 5 milligrams.
All right, yeah, that's easy. That's easy peasy. All right, what's the next one?
Xanax.
Okay.
0.5 milligrams PRN.
Xanax, okay. All right. And then finally, what's our last one?
Here it is. I just forgot right quick. You know, I'm 71. Citalopram.
I'm sorry?
Citalopram for depression.
Okay, citalopram. Okay, yeah, otherwise, yeah, okay, yeah, that's, all right. Well, at least you're, just speaking from one person who suffers from severe depression to another, I'm really thankful that you're taking good care of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's good to know. All right, well, let me go ahead and enter this into our fancy pants thing here. Trazodone. All right, and now is that for anxiety or depression?
Which one?
The trazodone.
For sleep.
Oh, it's for sleep. Okay, good deal. How long have you been taking that?
About a year now.
All right. Okay. And then the next one, of course, the milidipine. That's everybody. I take a statin myself, so
okay.
That's pretty easy. That's a milidipine. All right. And you take that just for the high blood pressure?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been taking that?
No, maybe it'll be 10 years now.
10 years now. All right. Phone. Compliance. That's good. All right. And then we've got Xanax. Okay.
10 years for that, too.
And let's see what they say here. It's for anxiety disorder?
Yeah. I went from 2 milligrams down to 0.5. So.
Awesome. Okay. And then finally, citalopram. That's the last one, right?
Yeah, for depression.
Got it. And how long have you been taking that?
10 years. Too.
All right. Okay. Yes. Is it? Did they say it's major depressive disorder or just standard?
No.
Okay.
No, just standard.
Okay. All right. So other than these drugs here, right? I mean, I don't understand what the problem is, because according to my records here, none of the drugs you've listed would be a knockout for any of the state regulated programs. That said,
okay.
I have to run an MIB and stuff, so let me go ahead and send you a little bit of information. I'm assuming you're on one of them their smartphones.
Yes.
Okay, I call them dumb phones. These things have not done anything for me. It is, so what I'm going to do right quick is I'm going to send you some information, okay? Now, if you need to put me on speaker to do what we need to do, that's fine.
Okay.
That, because it's like there are 3 important steps that have to happen, and I'm getting my little doodad here to get it ready to make it work. There it is. Okay. All right. That's for DIZ. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to send you this text message, and you're going to do 3 things. First, you're going to make sure that you actually received the text message. The second is you're going to make sure that I spelled your name right, because I'm nothing if not respectful. And then the third thing is you're going to see a little bit of hypertext. That's that blue underline stuff that's going to be in the body of the text message. Don't tap on it, okay? But I want to make sure that it at least got to your phone. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. I just sent it to the phone number that ends with 4253. Let me know when it gets there.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, perfect. All right. So first thing, you received it. The second thing, did I spell your name right? Did I spell your name right? Vanessa Brad.
Oh, Vanessa Brad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. And the third and final thing, do you see the little hypertext in there? It starts with hi, hello in there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, in a moment, I'm going to have you tap on that little hypertext. I'm going to give you 2 warnings. All right. The first warning is that when you tap it, it may ask you to enter in your information to connect with me. Don't do that, okay? I'm a state licensed agent with. I've got the information I need. I don't want to give it to a third party or something like that, so don't do that, okay? The second thing is that when you tap on it, you're going to see a picture of me. And my girlfriend says I'm a stunningly attractive man. And I need to assure you that I am spoken for, and you're not allowed to fall in love with me. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and tap on that, and let me know when you see my face.
I see your handsome face.
Awesome. Okay. Now, okay. So some people say that painting in the background looks like an upside down bunny rabbit. I disagree. What does it look like to you?
It's a tree.
A tree, right? Hey, I don't get it. Every once in a while, somebody will say that. I was like, all right, whatever. All right. So, Vanessa, just so you know, I am a state licensed agent and considers a life insurance policy a type of financial instrument. So I have to go over some rules with you, and I can't help you until they are 100% sure we understand each other and what we're doing here. This is a recorded line, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have that term policy that you kind of got burned with, right? But other than that term, do you have any active life insurance policies?
No.
Okay. And so that's the only one we're trying to replace here. Did you cancel that policy already, or is it ongoing?
They canceled me because I made 71. I didn't know my broker that didn't. I called them months before, and to let them know they were texting me and telling me that they weren't receiving my payment, or I was a payment behind. And I called them, and they said, "Oh, no, everything's fine," but they didn't tell me that it was expiring. And so when I tried to renew it within the time frame, they wanted me to pay almost $1,000.
Oh my God. Usually those policies tend to go up in premium. What was your premium at the very end?
It was $75 a month.
Okay, all right.
For a $200,000 policy.
Okay, and the annoying thing is that you're never as young and healthy as you were yesterday, right?
Right.
So I don't think we'll be able to get $200,000, but we'll.
Oh no!
Okay.
No, I'm just trying to get something within my fixed income. Okay.
We can do that. We'll get into that in a minute. Let me finish the thing that they make me read, everyone. Okay, so that digital business card, which is now on your phone, has my full name, my mobile number, my email address, the name of the company that cuts my checks, my national producer number, that's the number that uses to track my secure computer system, and even a recent picture of myself. How do those glasses look on me?
Cool.
Yeah, I think so. She picked them from a Zenny Optical, and I just do what she tells me.
Are your eyes blue or green?
Say what?
Are your eyes blue or green?
Blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. The national producer number can be cross-referenced again against Nevada's insurance board to confirm that I don't have any criminal record or complaints against my license. Moreover, you'll be able to confirm that I've passed an FBI check, an IRS check, and that my fingerprints are on file with the sheriff. You can even use the national producer number and then have one of your grandkids use Google Maps for a satellite view to see where I keep my chickens. All right? Okay. Heck, if you feel so inclined, you can even print that picture out, have it framed, and then put it on a wall so you can show people who help you out.
That's fine. I don't think my boyfriend would like that.
All right. Well, that's good. We do this, okay, because of the nature of my job, and the nature of the information you're asking for requires me to ask for personal information like your age, weight, health issues, and prescription drugs. If we do an application, I'm required to run HIPAA approval through your social security number, collect banking information, and even get the names of family members that you're going to be leaving the money to. So you need to be assured that I've been thoroughly vetted so that you're comfortable with these conversations. Do you have any questions or concerns for me before I continue to help you?
No. Why do you need my social security number?
Well, because we have to run an MIB, which means Medical Information Bureau. It's not that I need it, it's that the insurance company needs it. what they
Okay.
do, yeah, I'm explaining because these are fair questions, right? They
Mhm.
they they get the social, so like I fill out the application and then they run it through they run a HIPAA and they go to the MIB to check the drug list. So one of the things we're going to do is, again, this is if this is something you want to do, right? Then they will say, okay, look, she was prescribed this drug 10 years ago, or she was prescribed that drug 5 years ago, and I have to answer for it. So that's why they do it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for me? Because I have to ask a lot of questions, and I think it's only fair that I give everybody an opportunity.
No, you're good.
Okay. Okay. Now, the next few questions. I always feel these are the three questions I hate asking, but they make me ask it, and I got to do it. All right. It's 2025, and this is what
No
they're
problem.
making me do now. Okay. First, are you a legal U.S. resident?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any outstanding warrants for you?
No.
What? You didn't rob that casino back in '97?
No, that was not me.
What?
It wasn't me.
What? This is an elaborate sting just to try to get you to admit to that. Darn. Darn.
We're good.
It's like, all right. Third, finally, do you have a valid U.S. bank account?
Yes.
Okay. So if we need to get account and routing numbers for an application, do you know where to get that?
Yes.
Okay. Good deal. All right. But covering talk is done. All right. So, So you clearly at this point know the difference. I'm going to get you the prices here in a minute. I just want to make sure we choose the right product for you. So
Okay.
you know the difference between term and whole life at this point.
Right. Right.
Okay. So, do you want me to go with another? Well, for you, I don't think that would be affordable. But do you want me to try for another term, or do you want to stick to whole life?
I thought I was getting just a plain burial
Okay.
policy. I thought
Okay.
that included.
Smart. Okay. Okay. Good deal. Okay, we can do that. All right. So, do you have a pencil and paper?
Okay.
Okay. While you're doing that, can you describe for me what were your thoughts and feelings that motivated you to decide that now is the time to get something put into place?
No, I thought I had something in place. I'm just
Okay.
I'm just trying desperately to find something because I
Okay.
don't have anything,
Okay.
and I don't
So,
want that burden on my son.
okay. All right. Has that happened to you before, where a family member died and someone was stuck with the bill?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're essentially doing this so that Jorvel doesn't have to start a GoFundMe or go hat in hand to the local church to get everything taken care of.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. All right. All right. Just to be fully clear here, unless something comes up on the MIB that we are both unaware of, and like sometimes like people will, they'll say, I'm only taking this drug or that drug, and then when we run the MIB, something comes up. So I'm going to kind of do some butt covering here. Have you ever been diagnosed with cancer, a heart attack, or a stroke?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with COPD? Have you ever? This is going to sound. You'll tell you why I'm going with American Amicable. Really? Okay. Then I'm going to skip Mutual, and I'm going to go with how to operate their text messaging app. So I kind of have to. Okay. All right. There's Mutual of Omaha seems to be the best fit for you. They're coming in the cheapest.
They
So
denied me.
excuse me.
They denied me.
Mutual did?
Yep.
Really? Okay. Then I'm going to skip Mutual, and I'm going to go with a company called American Amicable. They're not. Let me tell you why I'm going with American Amicable. If they turn unlike Mutual of Omaha, if they turn us down, they'll tell us exactly why. Okay?
Okay.
And then then it gives me an opportunity to call their underwriting department and make a case for you. So
Okay.
there are some companies that are still a little cheaper, but not by much. But they won't tell us why mutual turned you down. Does that make sense?
Right, right.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll go with American Amicable then. All right. So here are our options. I'll start stupid high, but I'm just going to go from there. All right. So if we do 150, they will give you 20. Well, they'll give Jorvel anyway, $24,000. Okay. If we go a little bit lower to 140, okay, they will go to 20.
50.
Excuse me?
Did you say 150 or 50?
150, 150. Do you want me to stick to like what range do you want me to shop in?
If we do 150, he only gets 24,000 out of the 150.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And how much is that?
Okay, I'm going down the ranges right now. You ready? So I'm gonna go right down the ranges. So if we do 150, it'll be 24,000. If we do 140, it will be 22,400. If we do 130, let me see, 130, it will be, the 20,800. Now, most people in Nevada usually want me to go between 100 and 150, but you're the one in control. What range do you want me to shop in?
I need to know the premium price.
Oh, that okay. So the premium is the first number. So 150 gets a face value of 24,000.
You're telling me 150 a month?
Yes.
It's 24,000. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take
Yes.
that.
Okay. All right. And that's what we'll do. All right. So what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to send you another link that a lot of people have a lot of fun with. This is my favorite link to send people to. You'll understand why in a half beat. And I'm going to send you a text message real quick. Boom. This only takes like 22 minutes. So, all right. I'm sending you. All right, I just sent you a text message, and it says meeting. Okay, and if you go ahead and tap on that, it will open up something on your phone that you will think is a lot of fun. Because I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. I wanted to really let that call play out so you could hear essentially from beginning to pitch and solidifying the deal. So, a few things that I want to cover real quick is as you can hear in this call, he did a great job building rapport. He's really working with the client, explaining that he's going to be there for her and he's going to do whatever he can to help her. That's really important. You want people to know that you're going to take care of them because that's what we're doing. Notice how he went in directly to the health questions. I don't usually recommend going that quick into the health questions, but where he was perfectly fine or where it's okay to do something like that is she already understands the importance of getting something in place. She's already gotten declined from a carrier or two. So it's really important to not drone on about things that they already know is important, right? Stay with them and build that rapport. Focus on the things that are important to them because they're already in the process. Notice how he built trust by sending her his business card and everything. I will say that I like to send it right before we go into the application. It's just a different form for me of building trust. I like to build trust right before we get into the app. In other words, right after I tell them we're going to need social and banking information, because I don't want there to be a large gap between that and when we actually start the application, because that's very easy for them to forget. But still, he did a great job joking joking with her about how good looking he was and everything. That's a really good thing to do. You don't want to build a friendship with them yet, but you want to build a relationship with them. Another thing is that he really worked on finding out her current policy details. She doesn't have a current policy, but that's really important to know. The last thing you want is to do anything unlawfully. We're required to do the proper steps if they have an active policy. So he did a great job doing that. In my personal opinion, I think he went into too many details. I don't like to go into so many details explaining, well, there actually are cheaper companies. This is how everything works, and you're going to click this button, you're going to click that button, and then go into it. And okay, now we're going to do this and we're going to do that. My fear there it would be that you would lose a lot of people by going through that many details. So that would just be my recommendation to maybe back off of the details. But I will add that this agent is a very experienced agent, has almost 10 years in selling experience. So, everybody's got their own way. And hey, look, if it works for him, I'm completely open to whatever works. Another thing that's really, really important for everybody to notice is the social objection. Notice whenever she asked about the social, well, why do you need that? She should have known that already. She already went through an application, but clearly the agent before him didn't actually go through that, or she doesn't remember. But the point is him saying we're going to need your social, saying we're going to need your banking information. All these little details are so important to get out in the open before you get into an application, because the last thing you want is to have 20 applications setting off to the side where you wound up getting a social objection or a banking objection and they wouldn't give it to you. You don't want to have a ton of applications out there. So another really key detail as far as the process, going through the right process to make sure you don't run into those problems. Another thing that I noticed was he didn't bash term. He actually, since she already had a term policy, he asked her, so which one makes the most sense to you, term or whole life? I've seen so many agents say, "Oh, term is so terrible," and blah 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 blah. When you start bashing things, that sounds like you're just trying to promote what you want them to do. That's not what we're doing here. We're not promoting what we want them to do. Now, you may say things in a certain way that make them lean more a certain way, one way or the other, right? But it's not to bash, because term really does have its benefits and its use cases. Most of our demographic is going to be whole life, and I would typically recommend whole life, but you have to walk them to that decision themselves. And as he did, he in this case, again, kind of a lay down sales. So he just kind of asked her, look, what do you prefer? And I also want to point out when she said, well, I was looking for a burial policy. I've heard so many agents say, "Oh, well, now a whole life is burial, and burial really isn't a special policy." Sir, they want to go into this big explanation. He just rolled with it. It's all whole life. No matter what you're selling, it's covering final expenses, even if you're talking about term. Technically, term can be a final expense policy, because the idea is to cover your final expenses when you pass. Now, unfortunately, we all know how term works, so it's a lot less likely. But the point is that he didn't try to point out that, oh no, this is technically there's no burial policy. He just went with it. Yeah, I mean, because that's what he's doing. He's getting her a burial policy. It's just not named burial policy. Now, a couple things whenever he started to do the quote. Unfortunately, he didn't actually ask about budget. I feel like that is so unbelievably key to figure out where their budget actually is. If you don't ask that, you're just lobbing things out there to see if they'll take it. And you could wind up quoting 20 different options before you really get a true decision. So I will definitely recommend to absolutely ask for budget. Now, you don't have to get a dead on number if someone's not willing to give it to you. Then that's a scenario where you can give a few options. But I would absolutely say, okay, so were you looking for something between 100 to 150? And then you can actually start at that range. The other thing that I noticed whenever he was talking about the options, he gave her the option for Mutual of Omaha. She said she got declined. Great. I would have honestly, I would have just went back at her and said, I really appreciate you being honest with me instead of leading me to believe that it was okay and then us get a whole nother decline. I'm not here to waste your time. Use that as another trust building mechanism or rapport building, right? However, the other thing is he asked her, so where does this fit in your budget? Basically, as you're giving them the option, and she sounded a bit confused how he was laying it out. So again, it's giving three options. One is the middle option is always right around their budget. So 15, 20, 25, 20 is right around their budget. 15 is just below, and 20 or 25 is just above. So now he was giving even numbers, 24,000. Um, Again, if you know what their budget is and you're going 22, 24, and 26, that's a whole nother game there too, right? But I would definitely recommend keeping in those type areas. I would definitely recommend keeping it a little tighter towards the budget so that way you don't have to go back and forth. Now, one last thing that I would highly, highly recommend against, and that is talking about lower options. Now, as you could tell, he does wind up making the sale. A little bit of a spoiler alert. He does wind up making the sale. However, biggest problem that could arise from this is he's now talked about how there's cheaper companies. If I was a client, I can assure you I'd be getting on the phone and, I'd be looking for the next ad and seeing if someone can get me a cheaper policy. That's one of the disadvantages. And these, a lot of our demographic are that we're selling to are going to do just that. Now, many of them will just see another Facebook ad. Even if you tell them it's the cheapest price out there, they'll see another Facebook ad and try and call the next agent. As long as you're getting them the cheapest policy, or what I would have done in this case, if I really felt like American Amicable was the best option, this is more of how I would pitch it. And that is, so there were a few options below this, but if you got declined from Mutual of Omaha, you're also going to get declined from them. He spoke about the advantage to going with American Amicable. They'll tell us what's going on. That is good, but that doesn't, just because you know what's going on, doesn't always get you the lowest rate. So that's why I would explain a little bit more there. Again, American Amicable is a great company. Not here to bash them in any way, but uh, just one of those things that I would stay away from mentioning that there are cheaper companies out there. With that said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, leave me a comment down below and let everybody know what you thought of the call. And I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe now to be a Fexpert. Do it.